Chris for HobbyKing.com, and today we've got the new Quanum XJ470 folding quadcopter. Now this thing is an amazing quadcopter, and I know you guys hear me say this every single time, but this one I'm definitely keen to. It's a beautiful quadcopter. Now if you've been in the market for something like the TBS or the Dead Cat or even the QAV, which is a forward-mounted gimbaled quadcopter, this is definitely something you want to take a look at. Let's talk about the advantages of a forward-mounted gimbal. First thing is it's forward, and so you have less view of the props, especially at higher angles in view of the camera itself by just shifting it forward. Plus, since the center of gravity of the gimbal is right here on the center line, it still allows for a sport feel of the quad as far as flying it is concerned versus a low-hung gimbal being underneath the quad itself. So it definitely has some advantages in there. Now, some of the things that this has that the other ones do not have is portability and unibody construction and the adaptability for multiple types of downward-facing normal gimbals that you may already have or want to purchase, whether it be a Mobius or a GoPro or just some other kind of camera package. So let's go ahead and talk about the construction. So this construction is carbon fiber with hard anodized CNC and aluminum components. What does that mean? Let's take a look. I've got some of the components laid out right over here. So your upper and lower frame stacks are carbon fiber material. Looks attractive. CNC quality on this is superb. No feathering on the edges. It's absolutely just pristine and nice. CNC aluminum parts. So it's a unibody construction. A lot of these quad frames out there are basically frame stacks like this, and it uses standoffs, maybe some plastic bits to get the folding components and everything in. This was designed from the ground up to be basically a unibody that has the folding elements and everything. The Quanum didn't want to compromise weight or strength to put the folding system into it. So let's take a look at, like, say, this rear bracket right here. Right in here. This is all CNC hard anodized aluminum. Let me you can hear these are all aluminum parts, so it's integral to the body itself, so there's not standardized standoffs in here, and it incorporates that all throughout the housing. Now in order to sweep these arms back, it just uses these really nice CNC aluminum thumb screws. You just pop them out and it gives you a real positive lock on the frame itself versus those plastic ones. You know, after a while they'll either snap or crack, and you know, to be honest, they just don't feel very good. These ones right here, you just do the quick thumb screw. You just pop these on out, and that gives you a really positive lock. It allows you to sweep the arm on back and just put the screw right on there and thread it on down to lock that arm into that position. So it has these aluminum gussets all the way around on this entire frame, and yet this frame only weighs 410 grams. So it's actually a really amazingly light frame. And let's also take a look at the styling itself. It's you know, it's a forward-facing camera, so the rear legs are swept back. They call it a frog style or a spider style quad on that. The legs definitely are interesting, you know, in styling itself. So you get a really good presence while it's in the air. You're going to definitely have no orientation problems on that, plus with that front camera. So let's talk about that front camera. I mentioned earlier that this particular quad has the ability to mount different types of gimbals, meaning standardized gimbals that were normally designed to be bolted or mounted from the bottom. With that, that opens up a realm of possibilities. You're not specifically held to a certain type of gimbal or camera. So right here, I've got the rails on it, so you can use standardized 60mm rail mounting. And what's really cool is it has a gap right here on the back. These rails can be slid backwards, and you put your two clamps right in here for, say, the Quanum gimbal, and it'll snap right on here. You can actually remove these and flip them upside down to get different heights if you want. You can also have the direct bolt right here. Here's a hole here and a here for any gimbal that was kind of designed for the Phantoms or the Quantum Novas. Well, a center point right in here. It also even comes with these little adapters that bolt onto the same points of here and drop down and let you use a thimble style top mount compression that works with a lot of the different gimbals out there. You can rotate these around to get the different widths, and that bolts right onto there. So bottom line, you should be able to DIY up the gimbal you already have onto this frame, or just pick one up and go ahead and get onto this frame. As far as power package, it's 470mm wheelbase. I talked about the weight, it was 410 grams. So you're going to want to run a 2212, 2216, maybe even a 4006. You can swing 10-inch props on this, anything in that. Flight control system, it's got plenty of provisions and room right in here on the center bay for your ESCs, flight control systems, GPS mount here on the back. It's absolutely an amazing frame. Definitely take a close look at these pictures. Understand the quality on this. Even the arms themselves are wrapped 16mm carbon fiber. These things are extremely durable, and since it's Quantum, it's going to have full part support availability for it. The parts will be listed in a few days, just right underneath the related items, so definitely check those on out. As always, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will see you guys next time.